Welcome, everybody, to Dr. Smith Live. I think this is our 52nd session, and really exciting information to share with you. But before we get started, I have a little housekeeping to do. I'm involved very heavily with the World Organization of Natural Medicine, and we have an incredible health coaching program that's going to be available starting January 11th. So basically, it's for anyone who's looking for a professional career in the field of health. Health coach can charge, like $150 an hour for their professional services. And it's a type of, setup where you could do it at your schedule. If you have any children or anything, you could book your own clients. And literally, you can go anywhere in the world and practice it because we're a world organization. We have our own governing body, so you don't have to worry about, local laws or, medical, dental, or, nutritional associations that you have to bow down to or come under their wing. Excuse me. So there's 12 professors. I'm one of them. It's a 24-week program. Excuse me, and you'll get a diploma in health coaching that's recognized by the World Organization of Natural Medicine. We're an international group. We're recognized by the UN and the Vatican. Not that that's going to get you a free cup of coffee at Starbucks or anything, but at least it's it's a real organization with real people. And the cost it's in Canadian. So if you're a U.S. citizen, I think it's about 20 to 30% cheaper, and it's $300 per session. 12 sessions, so it comes to $3,600. But it's the type of information that you're not going to get in any traditional health coaching program. We have 12 of some of the top people in the world that are teaching the course. The feedback from the first course that we gave is just phenomenal. And it's if you have a direction in life. The healing professions in natural medicine is going to take off because for the last 2 years, traditional medicine has been shooting themselves in the foot with all their toxic vaccines and everything. So anyway, that's one good thing. And then next week, I think we're going to be talking about maybe cell membrane potential, how cells really work like a battery. It gives you a good physiologic understanding so you can appreciate the information. Tonight we have Jamie Tanager is going to join us in a little bit. I just want to give a kind of little introduction to essential oils. I use them, once in a while in my practice when necessary. But just from a practical standpoint, for those people who are looking for home products, cleaning products that are safe, natural disinfecting and cleaning with essential oils is probably one of the best and probably least expensive ways to go. You can use such things as like citrus oil, lemon, wild orange, lime, great for cleaning. There's also tea tree, lavender, and rosemary. So your three basic cleaning products that you could use that are inexpensive and at your disposal are vinegar, baking soda, and Castile soap. The vinegar works really, really well. It'll actually kill salmonella and E. coli. So, it has a high acidity level, and it cleans up any sticky, soap scum and gets rid of rings left by hard water or it'll cut through grease. And like I said, it'll kill salmonella and E. coli. Baking soda is another inexpensive product that works really well. It absorbs odors and removing stains. And the bottom line is it's mild to alkali. And if you ever get heartburn or indigestion, you just take a half a teaspoon and 6 ounces of water, your heartburn will disappear in like 1 minute. It's amazing. But baking soda, again, cut through grease and dirt and dissolve easily in water. So it's very effective. And Castile soap is very mild, gentle, and safe. And it leaves the surfaces like squeaky clean. Castile soap is highly concentrated, so making it's cost effective and you only need a little bit to make your cleaning solution. So just for practical purposes, an all-purpose cleaning spray, basically for bathroom vanities, kitchen surfaces, mirrors, you won't get any streaking. 16-ounce glass spray bottle, 8-ounce vinegar, 20 to 25 drops of lemon oil, and you add the vinegar and the lemon to the bottle, and then you top it off with water, shake it real well, and you got a great all-purpose cleaning spray. Furniture polish, you take a 1/4 cup of olive oil, 10 drops of wild orange, and again, ingredients, you mix in a mason jar really well and add a dime size amount to your cloth, and then you rub it on your furniture to remove any smudges or dust. And it adds a nice, shiny protective layer. Dish soap spray, again, real simple formula, 16-ounce spray bottle, 1/2 cup of Castile soap, 10 drops of wild orange, 10 drops of lemon, 10 drops of lime, and you add the essential oils and the Castile soap to the spray bottle, and then top it off with water. And you can add a tablespoon to a sink of warm water, or spray one time on each dish and clean it, and you'll have something really clean. These are just practical applications of essential oils, but Jamie, we're going to bring her on very shortly. She's going to discuss what are essential oils and how they're safe for children, how you can dilute them, and all the little tidbits that will make your life a whole lot happier and smell nicer too. So Jamie, take it away.
Okay. Well, first of all, I love what you're saying about the cleaning things, using essential oils for cleaning, because I think one of the most hazardous things in our home is synthetic fragrance, and oils can easily replace the synthetic fragrance. So it smells good, and it has a cleaning property at the same time. So that's, you're definitely onto something with the cleaning and essential oils. But I'll just get into my little essential oils 101 class. I'll kind of keep it short. If anybody has any questions, you can pop them up.
You don't have to keep it short.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. So essential oils are basically found in natural things, in barks, in leaves of trees, in flowers, in stems. And the essential oil is basically the lifeblood of the plant. It's the thing that's going to protect the plant from diseases and keep the plant healthy. So when they're extracted properly, we are extracting the frequencies of the plants, and we're bottling them, hopefully without chemicals, into a little bottle that we can then transfer over onto our body. And we can use those properties of the essential oils, and we can add them to our bodies and use the frequencies to keep us healthy. So there's a couple of different ways you can use essential oils. One of them is topically, and that is just where you're going to take the essential oil and apply it to your skin. You're going to, we recommend using carrier oil, like a fatty oil, like olive oil, coconut oil. I use liquid coconut oil, and you can put it in your hand and add a drop of the oil, and then just apply it to the part of your body that you're feeling is needing support with the oil. Another great thing to do is add it to a roller, because it's like pretty inconvenient to always add drops onto your hand of the essential oil and drops of the carrier oil and then apply it to your skin. So you can actually make a roller bottle, and this will last you a very long time. You'll just add the carrier oil and then the essential oil on top of that, and then it's just a roller ball that you can apply to your skin. So we will put like our wellness oils that we use all the time in roller bottles. We will put seasonal relief blends that we'll use like throughout the spring and the fall. Oils that we're going to use all the time we'll put in roller bottles, and you could roll them behind your ears. You can roll them down your spine. Putting essential oils on your feet is actually a really great place to put them. Your feet have the biggest pores, so it can enter your bloodstream quicker if you put them in your feet. And there's this whole, I'm sure you know, Dr. Smith, there's this whole, what's it called with the foot?
Reflexology?
Yes. So there's like different points of your feet that you can put the essential oils, and it'll go to different parts of your body. But you don't even have to get that complex. If you put the oils on the soles of your feet, then oils can actually get into your bloodstream within 20 seconds of application. And unlike a man-made product like a medicine, they can actually penetrate your cells. So they're super tiny and they're very effective when you apply them topically to your skin. So there's lots of like different oils that you can use for topical applications, for helping just create wellness in your family. If you guys are feeling like you need a little support in certain areas, there's a great desk reference book that they have. I got this on Amazon. It's called the Essential Oils Desk Reference. And it has basically every ailment that you could think of, and then the oil that would be great for that. So there's so many oils available and so many different combinations that you can put them together and use for different, supporting different parts of your body. So if you get that book, that'll be so helpful in deciding which oil to use when you come across an issue. I do have specific or certain roller blends that we use all the time. One of them is called a Breathe blend. It's peppermint and frankincense and copaiba. And when you apply it with the essential oil and the carrier oil to your chest, then it just helps open everything up. We also use a head or muscle soother blend a lot, and that is peppermint and copaiba. We use a lot of blended oils too, so I'm not going to share those because it depends on what oils you're using. We have a sleep blend that we use a lot, lavender and peace and calming, which is a blue tansy blend. Smells so good. And that's definitely one of our favorites.
Yeah, interject. Lavender works really great if you ever get burned and you put lavender on it, it'll heal without scarring.
Yeah, and we have a skin soothing blend that I like to make. You can also, instead of making a roller, you can make a cream out of oils just by whipping up coconut oil. You can put hard coconut oil, like the kind you would get in a grocery store, whip it in a blender to make it like a cream, and then add your essential oils. And I love to add frankincense and lavender. And it really does the purpose for like any skin issue that we have. We use lavender, frankincense.
Share something very interesting. I had a very close friend years ago. He told me that he put essential oils into the paint that he put onto the walls in his office where he saw clients. And it just calmed people down when they sat in the office and they.
That's smart. You don't even need a diffuser. So that's another thing that you can use. Another way that you can use your oils is aromatically. So a lot of people have seen diffusers in people's homes. They're like the little things that sit out and they mist the oils and water. Yeah, it's not a steam, but it's just a cool mist with the essential oils. That's another way that you can get essential oils into your air, and that's one of the ways that I recommend getting the frequencies into your air. So essential oil is just like every other plant, like kale and healthy vegetables, carrots, that we put into our bodies to raise our vibration and to make us healthy. They also have different frequencies as well. And you can actually use different oils to create different environments in your home. So not only wellness blends and kind of troubleshooting different areas that are of concern in your home, but you can also create different moods. You can create happy moods or peaceful moods or calming moods. And one of the ways you can do that is diffusing the oils into your air. So we have a 3 o'clock mix that we like to use, and it's lavender and vetiver. And that's just amazing to keep everybody calm when it's like that time of day where everything is normally crazy. In the mornings, we like to diffuse citrus oils. Citrus and peppermint are like very perky oils. They can wake you up and kind of stimulate you. So those are great oils to diffuse. And then, of course, at nighttime, lavender is really great to relax. Vetiver, frankincense, there's a lot of like sleepy oils. I have Sacred Mountain with me right now. This is a tree oil. It's actually made on one of the farms. I believe it's under like the Northern Lights or something. There's a story behind this oil, but it smells so good. It has a little bit of blue tansy in it, and it's a great sleep oil as well. So when you're diffusing the oils into your air, you're not only getting the therapeutic properties, but you're getting those frequencies as well that are going to kind of stimulate your limbic system and your olfactory system. So do you want me to get into the limbic system?
Well, we had an interesting question here.
Okay.
You whip the coconut oil, will it break down in the jar over time and last how long? Well, I can tell you, coconut oil, if it's organic, it'll last for 5 years on a countertop because it's so loaded with vitamin E. But as far as breaking down in the jar, do you have any experience with that?
Well, so because coconut oil is hard when it's cold and colder weather and liquid when it's warmer weather, it will go from a solid to a liquid depending on the temperature of your house. You can actually combat that with some shea butter or like you can get like little pellets of shea butter that it's kind of like making a lip balm basically. But I've never really cared that it was like more liquidy because it's still doing the job. So it will get liquidy if it's very hot weather, but it won't break down the jar over time if like in terms of like eating the jar because it's in that carrier oil. It's in the coconut oil.
You could just put it in the refrigerator if you want to, make it a little bit.
True, you can.
Harder. But yeah, it's loaded with vitamin E, and so it will not go rancid so quickly. Like I said, they could sit out on the countertop for 5 years and not go bad.
Yeah, I've never had it go bad on me, but we use it quite often. So
yeah.
It doesn't sit around. The muscle soothing and the skin smoothing, I call it, there's recipes, are ones that we keep in little jars and we have them for any ailments. And it seems like those kind of things, like the muscles and the skin issues come up a lot when you have little kids.
Now, I'm going to throw you a curveball. Do you use them with your children at all?
Yes, I do. So I didn't find essential oils until my son was 7. But I just had a baby a year and a half ago, and I've used them on her basically from the beginning. But we use them a lot differently with kids, obviously, than with adults. So the issue with kids is just that their skin is very thin. It's not actually the thickness of an adult skin until they're about 10 to 12. So they're not getting an adult portion of essential oils until they're about 10 or 12 years old. And I guess it's based on your comfort. You don't have to go the adult portion size even then if you don't want to. But I found when my son was 10, he was totally fine to do the adult things. So I have a whole chart actually. There's a chart that I go by. When they're babies, newborn to 6 months, you want to use a drop of essential oil to 30 drops of carrier oil. So if you're filling up a roller, this is what I would make for Bella. I would do 30 drops of carrier oil of the liquid coconut oil, or you can use olive oil, and then just 1 drop of essential oil. And then when they're 6 months to 2 years, you can increase that to 8 to 10 drops. And then when they're 2 to 6 years, you can increase that. Wait, I think this is incorrect. It's 6 months to 2 years, it's 2 to 4 drops. And then 2 to 6 years, it's 8 to 10 drops. And 6 to 11 years, it's 1 drop of essential oil with 1 drop of carrier oil. And the cool thing, if you have Young Living essential oils, I'm not sure about other brands, but it does tell you on the bottle if you should dilute it and how many drops of essential oil you should use, or how many drops of carrier oil you should use. And that is because there's some oils that are hot oils and they will burn your skin if you put them directly in your skin without a carrier oil. So you definitely want to make sure to read the bottle. And if it says to use a carrier oil, to definitely use a carrier oil before putting them onto your skin. And you want to use even more carrier oils with your kids and putting them on your kids' skin. But they're totally safe as long as they're pure essential oils. They don't have any chemicals in them. They're totally safe to be using with your kids as long as you're just diluting them a little bit more based on their age.
Now, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You mentioned about purity. How can the consumer know if you're really getting 100% blend or a good quality oil?
That's a good question, because essential oils aren't monitored, or there's no guidelines for essential oils. Basically, they're according to the FDA, they're looked at as like scents. So they're not monitored as medicinal in any way. So basically, any company can say anything on their bottles. But to find out if they're really pure, I like to use the analogy of shopping for vegetables, fruits and vegetables. You want to shop for your essential oils like you're shopping for your fruits and vegetables, because they're plants and you want to use the frequencies and the magic of the plants, and not have them be heavily processed, or during the growing process of the plant to make the essential oil, you want to make sure that has no chemicals as well. So if you're shopping for organic produce, you also want to be shopping for companies that are growing and harvesting and distilling their oils in a very organic way, without the use of chemicals during the growing process, or chemical extraction during the distillation process, or even the bottling process. And a good way to tell is really just to go to that company's website and just read how they're getting their oils, where they're getting their oils from. If it's a good company and they care about the process of the oils and the care of their plants and how they're growing the plants to be distilled eventually, then they will say it on their website. They'll give you their process and they'll be transparent about it. If they're not talking about how they get their oils, then they probably don't care how the oils, they're probably just buying the oil to begin with. They probably don't know even how the plants were grown. So like heading over to the website of the oil that you want to buy is a good start. And like one of the things that we looked for is that there were as little chemicals in the process as possible, because I didn't want to get a bottle of oil that had any chemicals in it. I didn't want to apply chemicals to my kids' skin. I didn't want to put any more chemicals into my life that I didn't want. So finding a company that not only bottled them without chemicals, but also took the care to make sure that the plants that they were growing for the oils didn't have chemicals, that they weren't sprayed with pesticides. That was important to me. So everybody, I guess, will be a little bit different, but that kind of care to the plants really does make a difference when you're looking to use oils therapeutically, and it makes it a lot safer to use them.
Okay, we had a question here. Which oils for muscle soothing?
So I use a blend from Young Living called Panaway, and I don't have...
Does that have helichrysum in it?
I don't have the ingredients on me. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. I use Panaway and peppermint and copaiba. Copaiba is a really big one for soothing discomfort, because it basically gets rid of inflammation. I also use copaiba and my dog when she's eating for the same reason. But peppermint and copaiba are great for muscles. And then let me look up what Panaway has in that oil.
Also, you can buy oil of magnesia. It's very inexpensive at the health food store.
Mm-hmm.
Mix it with a little DMSO. Okay, you dilute it 50%, because again, if it's too strong, it'll irritate your skin. So the DMSO is a wonderful carrier, and it'll drive the oil of magnesia into your muscles.
Huh.
And also DMSO is anti-inflammatory.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that works really
well.
What
is that? It's just called DMSO?
Yeah, you can buy it online. It's very inexpensive. They use it on horses that have arthritic joints and are painful and swollen. And that's how it all got started. They would rub them on the joints, and the horse, would be out of pain, could run at the racetrack better. But it's a wonderful diffuser. It does not change like the essential oil or oil of magnesia or any other component. It will not change the chemical nature of it. It just drives it into the muscles or tissues.
That's really cool. So this blend has helichrysum. It also has clove, peppermint, and wintergreen. So clove is also another one for discomfort or pain. Yeah, clove and copaiba I would definitely have on my list.
Yeah, DMSO is not a powder. We had a question from Sandy. It's a liquid.
So you could use it as carrier oil.
Yeah. So where do you purchase your oils from?
So I get mine from Young Living, and I also sell the Young Living oils.
Yeah, I was involved with them many years ago. Incredible company, very, very high quality products. And that's what
Yeah.
you're going to look for. They have integrity. They've been around for a long time. Yeah, Thieves oil for loose gums. If you get loose gums, you better take some vitamin C from a natural source. And you also need a product called Biodent. It has a protomorphogen in it, which supplies the genetic blueprint to repair the bone. Okay, it's very important. See, one of the things you got to be careful of, and essential oils are great, don't get me wrong. They do a lot of wonderful things, but you have to look at the nature of the problem. And if invariably, if you have oral problems, it's a reflection of what's going on in your intestines, because it's all connected from your mouth to your anus. And if you got, intestinal parasites or inflammation, your gums can be inflamed. So if you're treating the swollen gums, that's the wagging tail of the dog. It's like painting on rust. It may look good for a tiny bit. You got to get to the root cause of the problem. So intestinal problems are a big thing with oral problems, but getting to the nutritional thing, you'll have to support the gums. Usually loose gums like that, that's scurvy, basically. It's a lack of vitamin C in the diet, not ascorbic acid. Food-based vitamin C, like Cyruta Plus we use from Standard Process, which is made from green buckwheat that heals the little blood vessels. So you just don't think, ascorbic acid, 99% of the vitamin C in the health food store is ascorbic acid. That's not vitamin C. But anyway, I've jumped off the subject a little bit, but it's to benefit our listeners, because you got to look at things from what's causing it. How's it work? If you use too much DMSO, can you smell like garlic? Yeah, it'll keep the elephants away. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Yes, DMSO does have a kind of a weird aroma to it, but again, dilute it. So instead of 50%, dilute it 75%, but it'll still drive it in and reduce the that weird odor on your breath. Take it away, Jamie. I'm sorry.
So I was going to share about the limbic system and how the oils affect your emotional health. There's actually way more to the limbic system than just your emotions, but the limbic system is called the emotional part of your brain, or your emotional brain. It's linked to your emotions. Let me find what other I have it. But basically your limbic system is triggered by your sense of smell. So when you smell something that has a very strong odor, such as an essential oil, it can trigger your limbic system, specifically your olfactory system, and here we go. It's the emotional part of your brain. It can help you boost your mood or energy, have a calming effect, which can help decrease stress, promote sleep, trigger your body to release hormones, or release discomfort. So if you think about different smells from your childhood and how it triggers different memories, like an apple pie at Thanksgiving, triggering like a memory of your grandmother, it's because your limbic system is being triggered by your sense of smell to remember a specific memory. And that's one of the great benefits to essential oils and diffusing them into your air, is that it can create that mood. And your whole you can go down a whole rabbit hole with your limbic system, because it's linked to basically your entire body, and it can help create wellness as well within yourself. So you can look into that more.
Well, you can use like lemongrass. That'll help clarify your mental.
Oh, another way that you can use oils besides diffusing them is that you can actually just inhale them right directly from the bottle. So you don't actually have to even use the oil. You can just sniff it right from the bottle. Or what I like to do is you can add a drop to your hand, and then you just want to kind of shake it up just a little bit to release the odors, and cup it over your mouth. And then you're going to like take 3 deep breaths, and it just goes right into your nose, and you will get the therapeutic properties within seconds of smelling that oil. And it also stays on your hands and smells really nice.
How about I know different oils have different frequencies, and from my basic knowledge, the Idaho blue spruce has a rating of 580 hertz, I believe, and like rose oil has 320. So if you're not feeling well, you want to use an essential oil that has a very high frequency, like Idaho blue spruce or rose oil. And illness is all about a sagging or lowering of your body's frequency, because if you're eating canned food, for example, or microwave food, they're dead. And so it's going to lower, and with the holiday season, all the sugar products, it's going to lower your frequency, and that's why you're going to get sick.
Yeah. And Idaho blue spruce from Young Living Oils is definitely our highest frequency oil.
580, right? Is that what it said?
Yeah. I don't know if I have it on this list. Yeah, it's really high. If you consider what healthy body is, like 78, right? Close to 78.
78.
To have like a 500 frequency, that's amazing. Rose oil is also high up there, but that's kind of a pricey oil. On my list that I'm looking at, you can go with something like myrrh essential oil is 105 megahertz.
That's where the yogis vibrate.
It's what?
A yogi master vibrates at 100.
I have a lot of blends on here. Oh yeah, so Idaho blue spruce is 428. There's a joy essential oil. That's my favorite. I put that over my heart every single morning. It's 188 megahertz. Basil is like 52. I thought there was lavender on here, but I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, lavender is like 118.
Yeah.
So they all have different frequencies.
Yeah, so it's a good idea to make sure that your mixtures, are up around 100, just so that it'll raise your energy level. There's other ways of raising your frequency. Exposing yourself to the sunlight, listening to classical music, color therapy, using different filters on the lights, meditation, prayer. There's so many different ways of raising your frequency, and the oils are just another nice added, adjunctive way of keeping you healthy.
Yeah, and they can actually, when you're diffusing the essential oils, they can actually take out the free radicals out of your air, which also helps keep everybody healthy. The less free radicals you have, the better.
Yeah, Sandy, is cancer frequency 40? Absolutely. And you hit 25 megahertz, you're dead. Absolutely. So the reason why your frequency drops down to 40 is because you're so damn toxic. Heavy metals, chemtrails, glyphosate. The bottom line is there's so many toxins in our environment today. Well, the pesticides and, like the average baby born has like 287 chemicals in his blood at birth. They're starting off at the short end of the spectrum.
And it's becoming really hard to avoid them. Not all of them are within your control.
Yeah, and that's why mother's milk is probably, the best tonic to give a newborn, because it's going to raise the energy. These formulas are dead. You're killing your kid. So, Great. So I don't know, do we have any more questions from our audience, or you have any additional information you want to share with us? Or
I have some diffuser blends that we like to use that I can share. A focus blend is vetiver and peppermint. If your kids are having trouble focusing, vetiver, lavender, one is like escaping my mind right now.
yeah, like lavender and the bergamot are
Mhm.
a good combination for good night's sleep.
Mhm.
It brings your body down to a nice, comfortable level. Where can I buy high quality vitamins and essential oils other than Amazon? In a gazillion places. I know my company, ICNR.com, we use very, very high quality supplements that are like from professional, like Designs for Health, for example. Premier Research has very high quality supplements. Standard Process, another very good quality company. Um, so the key is you really have to understand the physiology of the supplements. Your natural B vitamins help digest, your protein, your fats, and your carbohydrates. It helps to tone up muscles. Um, it helps to calm down your nervous system. So, and there's like two parts of the B complex. So, Standard Process, I think, is the only company in the world that I'm aware of that has two components. One is called Cataplex B, which stimulates the sympathetic part of your nervous system, which is like the gas pedal in your car. And Cataplex G stimulates the parasympathetic, which is like the brakes in your car. So, and this is why it's really important to understand the physiology. The key in the equation is if you have someone who's like stressed out because what's going on in the environment and the politics and everything, the last thing you want to do is rev up your sympathetic part of your nervous system. It's going to jangle your nerves. And the more cortisol that you pump out, it's a catabolic hormone. It's going to tear your body down. So magnesium and, the Cataplex G will help calm down your nervous system. So, you have to understand the same thing with vitamin C. People, have bleeding gums, loose gums, sore joints, fatigue. That's scurvy. I don't care how you slice it. And the key is you want to take good quality food-based vitamin C that's from like Indian gooseberry, for example, or green buckwheat, and not just synthetic or fractionated, blends of the so-called, and they throw little rose hips in there and they say, it's organic and natural. Pain blend and leg feet circulation blend. Do you have anything for that?
Cypress oil is amazing for circulation.
Okay.
And pain,
Cedar wood is good for circulation, right?
I don't. Cedarwood's one of those ones that you need to have on your oil shelf. It does so much. We use cedarwood for sleep. We also use it for our hair. It helps promote hair growth. Cedarwood's a really good one to have around.
I can fill in my bald spot on the top of my head.
I could try.
Absolutely.
And pain, I'm looking. I'm looking for my list of oils, but definitely Copaiba is a really good one to have around. Yeah, I can share some more blends too, and I can also post if you guys are looking to get essential oils. I have a link for Young Living that you guys can use. You can get any of the oils that we talked about tonight.
Now, Jamie, you have a website with a lot of this information on it?
I don't have a website. I have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then I have a Facebook group with so much information on essential oils and using them in your family.
Could you give out your Facebook so people can get there and get this information?
Yes. Jared, are we able to put up links?
Stream it. Yeah, Jared will stream it on there for us. Thank God for Jared.
Let me see if I can send him something to put up there. Yeah, I have a lot of information in my Facebook group. We have a whole group of moms
Yeah.
that are using essential oils with their family. So lots of information on how to use them and safe ones. And then I have a link on getting any of these oils
So
that I'll
you're
share to Jared.
Facebook.com and it's natural,
Feeling glamorous.
glamorous, natural and glamorous and fantastic. And so you have a lot of good, you have articles on there or just discussions on the different oils and feedback from people.
Yeah, I have a lot of classes that I've given. Different, like for example, I just did a holiday scents class. So different oils to diffuse for the holidays. But I also have like fall wellness and tons of information on using oils with kids and troubleshooting ailments and oils. If you go to my YouTube channel, it's also Natural and Glamorous. I have very specific videos on how to use oils, the Essential Oils 101 class that I sort of summarized tonight. I have like a whole video on that, how to use oils for cleaning, how to make your own cleaners, tons of tutorials on YouTube.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any suggestions for post-holiday blues?
Diffuse, diffuse, diffuse. All the high frequency oils, definitely.
Hypoactive thyroid. Again, you have to look at, I just had a good friend of mine. He came to me because his thyroid wasn't working right. And guess what? You have to define, how's it work? What's in the thyroid preventing it from working right? So when I tested my friend, he had glyphosate in his thyroid and tetanus from childhood vaccination. So again, you always have to look at what the heck is in the organ preventing it from working properly. And okay, taking, young living oils or, getting chiropractic adjustments or vitamins are great. And, my friend goes to a great chiropractor, but he missed the whole boat. He had that. The interesting thing is when I got my friend's thyroid working great, all his allergies disappeared. Like he was on some kind of natural sinus problem. He says, I don't have to take any sinus medication. My nose don't stuff up anymore. So you want to get to the root cause of the problem. And I understand, the mentality that's been drummed into our heads. Well, you got this symptom, you take this vitamin, this essential oil, this, meditation or whatever. You got to start defining what the heck's causing your problem. And this is what's missing in alternative medicine and definitely in traditional medicine. So it's really important to drill that into your head.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you make shampoos out of oils? I would think so.
Yeah, you can use, Dr. Smith, you talked about Castile oil. That's an amazing non-toxic soap that you can use to make anything in your house. You can make hand soaps using Castile oil and essential oils, and you can make body wash, face wash. I don't know. I mean, everybody's hair is different, so I don't know how it would work with your hair. You could try it. I personally probably would not do that for my hair because my hair is very picky, but you could use Castile soap and play around with it.
Yeah, I just got in the mail some bars of soap that are actually shampoo. And it's all natural. So I go online and I just, do a search for natural shaving discs and natural shampoos and stuff like that. And I just read the ingredients and I buy the cleanest ingredient. And I like to, give business to like mom and pop type little operations like in Vermont or, wherever. I like to support the little people instead of these big corporations. And, I try to stay away from Amazon and all that nonsense. But yeah, there's so much out there. You just have to keep flipping the rocks and you'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have any other interesting questions? Let's see. Oh, you can use citronella and vanillin. It actually will keep the mosquitoes away for like 2 hours. So that's something that, well, in the summertime, not about now, but in the summertime, citronella and vanillin combination. And it beats using DEET,
Yeah.
toxic as hell.
Yeah, we actually bring our diffuser outside in the summertime and diffuse citronella.
Yeah, and also I think geranium, is it? Or let me see, which one is it? Also, what the hell is it?
I make my own bug spray, and I do put geranium and citronella in it.
Yeah, because that'll keep away the elephants too, the mosquitoes.
And it smells so good. Geranium is a really pretty. It's a flowery oil.
Yeah, geranium. So I know my son went over to South Africa about a year and a half ago, or 2 years, and I made him take the essential oils of geranium and one other I can't remember off the top of my head, but that keeps the mosquitoes that carry malaria. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Life is simple, you just have to get back to basics instead of all these fancy, expensive chemicals and stuff like that. Back to basics. Okay, so we did the oil shampoo and the carrier. That's cool. Ginger is great for digestion. Simple stuff like that. Cinnamon leaf, that is revitalizing and refreshing and warming.
So Young Living has a blend called Thieves, and I know somebody was asking you about Thieves on YouTube, so I'll just share very quickly their story. The reason why it's called Thieves, it's actually a blend of cinnamon, clove. There's a couple other things in it. I would have to get the bottle. But the story behind it is that people would put these spices on their body during the plague in the 15th century and go rob dead bodies of their possessions, and they wouldn't come back with the plague because they had these spices on their bodies. So that's where the idea of the name Thieves came from, and it has those different spices in it. So the spices in Thieves, it's very interesting. They're very common spices that we use for baking during the fall and winter months. And it's all very cool how it kind of, whoops, that's my daughter waking up.
Yeah, and the cinnamon is great to regulate your blood sugar.
Mm-hmm. It's a great wellness oil, and it's great for the winter and fall months.
Well, great. So anyway, I think we gave plenty of information on the basics of the oils, and you certainly have your YouTube channel so people can tune into that and get a lot of useful information. And you also you represent Young Living, so I know they would have probably a good information website for articles and stuff like that.
They do. They have a really great website, and they also have a blog that puts out resources and information. So they're a good source. Thank you for having me on. I love watching your show every week, so I'm honored to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're able to get on, because this is one dimension that I think more people should get involved in. It's relatively inexpensive. It's non-toxic, and it helps boost your immune system, especially with what's going on. Anyway, if you have any more questions, God bless the little. There must be oils for crankiness, right?
Right. He's not happy daddy's getting her.
That's cool. Anyway, thank you so much. Give her over. Oh, hello.
Hey, hi, guys. Hi.
She's adorable.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
She's crocodile tears.
What?
Crocodile tears.
Yeah. She's in the phase where everything's so dramatic.
So great. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, especially being a young mom. It's time is of the essence. And I know we'll get this up on my website, ghsdoc.live, probably sometime tomorrow afternoon. It'll be available. And your website, natural and glamorous at gmail.com, if people want to get more information from you or how to get involved with Young Living. It's great company. I have all their essential oils, very, very high quality. So
yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions anybody has.
Yeah. thank you so much. It was fun, and look forward to next week. We'll post it, and
We'll say bye.
keep on moving ahead. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.